Hit it.
Hi, Kate. Hello. Welcome to Currently Queer episode. What is this? Episode 8. Currently Queer episode 8. Welcome everybody to Currently Queer. We're going to be going over some fun queer news as part of the Everyone's a Little Queer podcast.
Queer news, queer things happening, gay shit.
Queer news, queer things happening, all of the gay shit. Just a little bit of a trigger warning. One of my stories today, or news articles, is a little graphic.
I don't know. You haven't shared it with me.
It deals about murder. So, if that's triggering for you, there's a little murder, and it also does involve a black trans woman who was murdered. So if that's all triggering for you, I might suggest skipping that part of the episode. But my other two are happy.
Yeah. And we have a busy month of April with episodes happening, interviews. I think we have 7 interviews happening in April. We're already booking into May. So everyone's a little queer. Our Wednesday episodes are flourishing.
That was a good word choice.
Thank you very much. The latest one with Ali and Adam was wonderful and is already getting good feedback. And they were just a lovely couple. So fun.
Great episode. Highly recommend.
Yeah, they're a great couple. They were a lot of fun. Definitely a good listen, especially with the state of the world and everything that's happening right now. It's really good to get like the perspective of people who are in there and being affected by it. So yeah, I think
it was fun. I made my Everyone's Little Queer debut.
Yeah, you did. Well, I mean, besides your episode, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, that was our first joint episode of an Everyone's Little Queer episode.
Yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. It was so much fun. And
so it was a good time.
We got a couple other joint episodes happening.
Coming up.
So
for now, though, stay tuned. April 1st, not an April Fool's joke, but Amy Spalding will be on.
Yeah, she's so fun and so cute.
I love a queer author.
Yeah. Yep, so listen out, and so now on to Currently Queer. Do you want to start this week?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go first. Is this your trigger warning one?
Yeah, we'll get the trigger warning one, and we'll do that one first.
All right.
So, unfortunately, a black trans activist and performer known as Shyyell Diamond Sanchez-McCray has been unfortunately murdered. Shyyell is a black transgender drag performer, drag pageant competitor, and a community activist, and she was shot and killed in Petersburg, Virginia at the age of 42 years old. Police found her with multiple gunshot wounds inside a home with an unsecured door where she was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities have released no additional details. No suspects have publicly been identified at this time. Unfortunately, she's the first trans person known to die from violence in the U.S. in 2026, while other trans victims may have been misgendered in news reports as well, which makes reporting around those other murders a little bit unclear. This is the first known act of violence that led to a murder of a trans woman here in 2026. A little bit about Shyyell. It's important to me to share these kind of stories because it is important that we are aware that this kind of violence still happens against our trans brothers and sisters in our community, and it's something that we need to fight for them. And there's a lot of hate and a lot of bad publicity going out and a lot of
violence.
There is, yeah. There's violence, physical violence. There's political violence that is happening towards our trans brothers and sisters.
Verbal violence, like hate comments and shit like that. Like that stuff stacks up too.
Right. And so I felt it was important to share this story to get the word out, but then also just to honor Shyyell. And a little bit about her is she was embedded in the community, both in Virginia and North Carolina, where she was an active figure in drag. She was a former title holder in drag pageants and a promoter who supported LGBTQ plus businesses and organized multiple outreach efforts. She was an advocate who spoke out against racism within the LGBTQ plus spaces and regularly used her platform to uplift others and share critical community resources. Shyyell's loss is a tragic loss for the entire LGBTQIA+ community and a stark reminder that violence against our community, especially our trans brothers and sisters, remains a tragic reality here in the United States and also globally. The number of trans people who were murdered in the United States has nearly doubled from 2017 to 2021. Of the total victims that were murdered, 73 were killed with guns. So it also is a little bit of a reminder about gun violence here in the United States. And I just want everybody to take a moment to do what we can for our trans brothers and sisters and do what we can to support them, and also take a moment to remember Shyyell and her impact that she had on our community, the drag community, and the trans community as an activist. And we're really saddened to hear of her tragic loss. And if anybody has any information they would like to share with police, please do so we can get some justice for her.
Is there, like, for their family, is there, like, any, like, GoFundMe or anything? Did you see that?
I didn't fully see that, but I know that the 27th in a couple days is going to be her memorial service that her family's putting on. Okay. But if there is a GoFundMe, I will definitely link all that below. I just thought it was important to share their story, even though it ended tragically.
I love that.
Love you, Shyyell.
All right, you ready? Moving on. I don't have trigger warnings in mind this week, so we should be all right from that one. All right, let's talk about Idaho.
Idaho.
All right, Idaho and their House of Representatives, round number 2. So last year they tried to pass a measure. It failed. They didn't get the, it failed in the Senate. It passed the House of Representatives. So they just voted and passed 44-26, a measure introduced by Tony Wazumski. I don't say some wild fucking last name.
Tony Mike Wazowski.
Pretty much, yeah, a Republican. So this measure is a formal request to the Supreme Court of the United States to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges because, quote, it is at odds with the Constitution of the United States and the principles upon which the United States is established.
Mike Wazowski said that? Whatever their name is.
Yeah, Tony Wazinski Wazinski or some bullshit. Yeah. So first off, I thought it'd be important. We're going to do a little civics lesson real quick. The 14th Amendment states that no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. I'm sorry, but did anywhere in there say that it's only for straight people? Heterosexuals?
No, it did persons. Not.
What about illegals and immigrants? Did it say anything about that? It said persons?
It did not.
Yeah, it did not say that. So.
It also didn't mention specifically women or anything,
right,
too.
It's persons.
It was, if I believe the correct terminology was persons.
Yeah, we shall not deprive any person of life, liberty. So
I love a civics lesson.
I know, a little civics lesson. So of the 26, so Idaho, obviously, majority is Republican. It's definitely a red state. But of the 26 votes against this formal request, 17 of them were Republicans. 3 more than last year's. So last year was 14 Republicans voting no.
Is the second time that they've.
Yep.
And nothing's going to happen of it. It's just like a formal appeal, basically. To be like, hey, can you look at this?
We're going to get into that, too.
Oh, okay.
So 17 Republicans with the Democrats, 3 more than last year. Dory, Healy, Mike Pohanka, and Grayson Stone. These fucking names in Idaho. These are all of the 3 newly Republicans who voted against the measure. Grayson Stone is actually a stand-in right now. Like, they are not they're running for the seat that they're sitting on, but they're just like a filled-in moment. I guess something happened.
Something happened and they were just temporarily appointed.
Yeah, they were like put into that position but they're running for that position. And Grayson Stone said, I just don't understand why we have to apply the Bible to specific aspects of our life, but not to all of it. So I will be voting no against this bill.
Okay, James Tellerico.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. So it did fail last year in the Senate. And here's the thing. So this is the continue of our civics lesson.
Do we know how many people are in the Idaho Senate? Because each state is different, right? Based on the size?
Each state sets their own, like, Senate. Yeah.
Right.
It's based on, like, their...
I wonder what the majority is for.
Well, if the House of Representatives is 44-26, I think there was only, like, there's less than 15 that voted no. I mean, it's not big.
I mean, the population of Idaho is not huge.
Yeah, there's like 8 people there.
Woof.
So although it did fail last year in the Senate, even if it does pass the Idaho Senate as a measure, it will not compel the Supreme Court to do anything. And the 9 states who are currently doing the same bullshit, Idaho, Michigan, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Texas, those are the 9 states that are asking for a formal request to the Supreme Court to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges. By the way, yes, it is a formal request, and the Supreme Court is going to go, thank you to the trash, because that is not how the Supreme Court works.
Right.
The Supreme Court can't just take up a formal request and overturn something because you asked. I said they are either an original or an appellate court. Original meaning that, like, with all the stuff that dipshit Donnie does that affects the United States, you can file directly to the Supreme Court because he is one of the highest persons of the land. So the very original court can be filed to him. Or, as we've seen through, for example, Obergefell v. Hodges, it's moved through the lower court system up to the Supreme Court. So it's an appellate court in that way. There has to be a case, and the court has to agree to take that case.
Yeah, they couldn't deny it.
They get thousands of cases petitioned to be taken up, and they only take up to like 10 per session.
That's like Kim Davis. They didn't hear her.
Yeah.
They heard her and said, no, we're not taking
Yeah, they were like, no, we're not doing that. So
fuck that bitch.
Yeah, so essentially, like, all these states are trying to call up the Supreme Court like, hey, girl, I don't like what you did. Can you not do that and do it? And I kind of wanted to add to this whole, we talked about the Constitution, we talked about the wording of the 14th Amendment. No person shall be deprived of, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all the fun stuff that we have. And then you see all these people with the don't tread on me shit. So I was like, well, where did that come from? What is the exact word? I know don't tread on me to a generality. It is a defiant warning to the government against tyranny, oppression, or infringement on individual liberties.
I don't fully know what the whole "don't tread on me" movement
It's like
is.
essentially they don't want the government like stepping in to tell them how to live their life.
So all the MAGA fucks who are like, government is too much, leave me alone. But
they want the government to bother other people. It's the hypocrisy of it all, right?
Hypocrisy of MAGA is just wild.
What this is pretty much just all of these states. Obviously, we read through them, and they're all heavily red states. I mean, they're just trying to make a statement to their people of the state that they don't want queer people in their state. They don't want them to have the same rights as just a heterosexual couple. And that's what pretty much one of the Republicans there that voted in the affirmative was like, Sparknoking at himself. Was like, there's no reason for them to have that. They shouldn't have it. It's against the Constitution. Yeah. Anyways, the Constitution doesn't say anything about a heterosexual couple. Doesn't say anything about church because separates church and state establishment clause there.
That's not a thing anymore, unfortunately.
In writing. But anyways, I don't... So there they go. Trying to write formal requests. Hey, girl, Supreme Court. We don't like what you said. Yeah.
Changing topics. I grew up in Massachusetts.
What?
Right.
But
I did spend a lot of my summers up in New Hampshire and Maine.
Yeah.
And like northern New Hampshire, and also some parts of Maine are like pretty redneck.
Yeah, I can see that.
Country music was huge up, especially in like northern New Hampshire and the Lakes region.
Okay.
And so we'd go spend some time in the summer, and then I went to a ton of country concerts. And WOKQ, I think that was the country station up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I listened to country music a lot growing up, and I was like a really big country music fan. And then as I grew up and started to embrace my queerness, I realized, ooh, maybe no. Just because there's such a large hate, that's a good word.
Yeah.
There's a large amount of hate toward the queer community from a lot of these country artists who a lot of them are very evangelical, Christian, nationalistic MAGA.
Sure, yeah. We've seen that. I mean, we've seen that with a lot of like who is representing, like not representing, but showing up to like the RNC. And
correct. And the thing that makes me mad is I was a huge Carrie Underwood fan. I loved that queen.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of gays who loved Carrie Underwood. And I remember when she got married to her evangelical white nationalist hockey player husband, a lot of people were like, ooh, not a good look.
Yeah, that was a long title.
And Mike Fisher is like very MAGA. And she always grew up, I mean, she's from Oklahoma, so it's not surprising that like she loves Jesus.
Sure.
I mean, she literally has a song called Jesus Take the Wheel. Like, she loves Jesus, but she had a large following of the queer community. And I remember at one point I reached out to Cody Allen. You know Cody Allen? CMT Cody?
Yeah.
CMT Cody. Gay. And he's CMT Country Music Television, one of the big hosts. And he's also on Sirius XM, hosts the the country channel, and he hosts their morning show after Stormy Warren left. Anyway.
Well, you know a lot more than I.
Yeah.
Oh,
but like he's gay, and so it was a big deal when he came out as gay because, he's a country music TV host and a country music, radio host.
Yeah.
And gays aren't super, loved in the community. And at one point I remember his husband was at like a Carrie Underwood concert. And I reached out to him on Instagram. I was like, hey, like, maybe do a little bit more research because, like, she's not super supportive. And he messaged me back and was like, you don't know her. I've met her a couple of times. Like,
okay.
And I was kind of like, whoa, okay. He's like, you should do your research. And I was like, well, I have, but I appreciate your feedback.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later, she performed at Donald Trump's inauguration ceremony.
Sure.
To which they posted on Instagram, Carrie Underwood, how dare you? I've lost all respect for you. To which I was tempted to be like, excuse
That's
me.
when you just,
like, I told
you didn't go back in those.
so.
You didn't go back in those DMs with an up arrow and just be like, see above.
I was so tempted to be like, bitch, I fucking told you so. And anyway, when she performed at the inauguration, like that was kind of like the final straw for the queer community. Everyone was like, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
To which, again, I was kind of like, told you so. Not that I'm like, going to be the voice of reason for the queer community and Carrie Underwood. But it is comical to me how now she's a judge on American Idol and she's gotten like American Idol's ratings aren't great, Queen. Like maybe we should have just
they canceled
stopped.
that show.
It canceled on Fox and now it's on ABC.
Oh.
It might have been the other way around.
Oh.
No, it was. It was on Fox, not like Fox News.
With like Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
I mean,
and so then it's like Luke Bryan, Carrie Underwood, and Lionel Richie.
Lionel, okay.
Yeah, and Carrie Underwood replaced Katy Perry because she was also a judge.
American Idol's done
American
a lot
Idol,
more than when I watched it with Paula Abdul.
Correct. Paula Abdul, Randy, and Simon Cowell.
Yeah, what's up, dog?
Yeah, what's up, dog? Anyway, so...
Would you go sing for us, dog? Sorry.
They're really struggling, and it's funny because now Carrie Underwood is a judge, and, like, nobody likes her because, like... she's fucking MAGA. Which is funny because, like, Luke Bryan is also there, who's not politically out, but, like, I'm sure we can all interpret their stance on things.
Okay.
Long story long, getting back into the country music scene.
Yes.
Do you know who Luke Combs is?
Luke Combs, yes. I've seen some stuff about him. What did I see about him lately? I bet this is what this is.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember when he sang with Tracy Chapman?
He's the one who did Fast Car.
Yes.
Yes, which I wish they would have released that fucking song because I cried. I love Tracy Chapman though, so
right. I mean, a black queer woman. Let's go, girl.
I mean, also like you got a fast car.
So Luke Combs, he has come out in support of queer kids.
He made a song. That's what it was.
Luke Combs has a song called "Whoever You Turn Out to Be."
Yes. Okay. This is what I did see then.
So, like I was just saying, country music scene is riddled with homophobia, transphobia, and there's like all the kinds of MAGA. But recently, in an interview with GQ, Luke Combs spoke about his song, Whoever You Turn Out to Be.
Mm-hmm.
The song, he claims, was in tribute to his recently welcomed third child, a son, to which he expresses that he will love his son no matter what.
Yeah.
So the reporter for GQ, Marissa R. Moss, wrote that she asked him if the song was also meant to resonate with parents of queer kids. She said that without hesitation, he made it clear that this was part of the design. Combs said, I am a firm believer that you don't get to choose. You don't get to choose who you want to be with, and I can't imagine feeling the pressure a child would express coming to terms with those things on their own, and then having the pressure of not knowing if your parents would be okay with that or disown them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're trying to do here with the podcast is just to show that, like,
do we need to have Luke Combs on the podcast?
It happens so much.
And then it does go on to talk about Combs' expression of solidarity with the queer community, especially considering his adoration of queer singer Tracy Chapman when Combs released a cover of their single Fast Car in 2023.
Yeah.
So it does go to show that like there are some good little nuggets in the country music scene. So like you remember Maren Morris? We talked about her the other day.
Yeah.
So Maren Morris, she was married to Ryan Hurd. Love her. She's an incredible artist. She actually sang at the DNC when Kamala Harris was there.
Yeah.
So she was riddled with hate because she came out as bisexual.
Okay, yeah.
And when she came out as bisexual, that was part of, after her divorce, she started to come to terms with her sexuality and being bisexual. And then she was like, I can't be part of the country music community anymore because of how riddled with hate it is towards the community that she is now coming out as being a part of.
Sure.
So
understood it.
If you listen to Maren Morris's past couple albums, they're a lot more pop and more alternative because she left the country music community because she felt there was too much hate there. So,
I mean, yeah.
Love that for her. But I hate that she felt the need to have to do that.
Right.
But I also want to bring up here that is a lot of love within or not a love, but there is, some country artists that do support the queer community. Kacey Musgraves.
Yeah, you love Kacey Musgraves.
I fucking love that girl. Oh my God, you better fucking work. Also, she has a new album coming out soon, and her new single is really fucking good. But I really appreciated her, and she's got a huge queer following. She embraces the queer community with love and admiration. We also have Chris Hausman. He's a gay country singer.
Oh.
Fucking love him, and he is goddamn hot.
Okay.
Holy shit. I mean, Chris Hausman can do a lot of things to me.
Oh, is that
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn, he is hot.
Yeah. And then
Daddy
he
vibes.
has joined up with a couple other country artists, and they have made a new band called the Cowgays.
I love that.
And so the Cowgays, so it's Chris Hausman and Adam Mack and Brooke Eden. So Brooke Eden, Adam Mack, Chris Hausman, 3 queer
country
artists have come together, and they've created a band called the Cowgays, a play on cowboys.
Yeah.
And their first single is out now, and their new single is called Wish I Wasn't Gay.
Okay.
But it's a play on I don't wish that I wasn't gay anymore.
Yeah.
It's a really good song. But so there is starting to be a little bit more of a presence of queer country artists.
Or ally.
And allies,
what was that guy on that was on I've had it. Remember?
Oh my God. Yes. Another great ally, his song is fucking badass.
Well, his personality was badass because he was just like a firecracker. He's on I've Had It. If you haven't listened
Brian Andrews.
Who is it?
Brian Andrews.
Brian Andrews.
His song, great. Are We Great Yet? As a play on MAGA.
Yes.
Make America Great Again. And his song is literally like, Are We Great Yet? Because, bitch, we're not fucking great. Oh, I love him. That song slaps hard.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so I remember that. But yeah, it does appear that there's being a lot more allies or queer people and coming back.
There's also a lot of hate, though, that I still don't listen to a lot of country. And it's sad because there's a lot of artists that I loved. And I really enjoyed some of their music, and I just can't listen to it anymore. And I can't give them the listen, and I can't give them support. And Kip Moore, I fucking loved your music, but I'm sorry, I can't.
Is that the one that we saw?
Yeah. And I
did not care for
I know.
I obviously don't care for country music very much.
Right, but I can't do it. And the biggest thing that hits home for me is Sugarland is by far my favorite band of all time. And they've always been Democratic. And when they there's a song that they put out called Tony, and it is a cover. And that song is literally about a queer kid who ends up committing suicide. And that song really resonated a lot with me. And Jennifer Nettles has always been an outspoken ally of the queer community. And when a band that has literally meant so much to me, and that's what kind of gave me a little bit of hope in country music. Sugarland also did a bunch of campaigning for Kamala Harris, and they did some, I know, getting emotional, but I really like having Sugarland be that queer country band for me. And also Caroline, if you're listening, I love you, girl. We've seen Sugarland multiple times, but they gave me a little bit of hope and have kept me alive. And I literally was jamming out to Sugarland yesterday on the way home from school with Hensley, and she was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Just embrace it." But it does go to show there is still some good out there in country music with some allies. And I just wanted to put a little bit of spotlight here on Luke Combs, Jennifer Nettles. I love you, Sugarland, Christian Bush. You guys have been some of the original OGs who have been not afraid to speak your mind in support of the LGBTQ community. Same with Little Big Town. Girl Crush, when that song came out, they got a lot of kind of ooh, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, but It's a good song. I even like that song.
Yeah, it's a great song. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of spotlight on Luke Combs, and now we can listen to Luke Combs.
Yeah.
But it is, it's a hard kind of topic because there's a lot of times you go into country music and you have to kind of, as a member of the queer community, you do your research and you're like, should I listen to this? Should I not?
Right.
And Carrie Underwood, she's blocked on my Spotify now. So,
oh, that's funny.
Along with a lot of other country music artists, but it's just unfortunate. But
I think there's only one song that is blocked on my Spotify, and is Mariah Carey.
All I want for Christmas.
Because that shit will play over and over and again. So awesome. Anyway, well, to Luke Combs and all the country artists, queer allies, everyone being there for the people who need it.
Jennifer Nettles, I love you.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was fitting we do a currently queer episode and we jump across the pond since our everyone's little queer episode has Ollie and Adam from Essex.
Ollie and Adam from Essex.
So we're going to jump over to Munich.
Oh, ooh, I saw this.
Munich. Yes. So
hot.
Both of them.
Yes.
Okay. So I talked about already how Europe, the Netherlands
hot
elected their was it prime minister, I believe.
Prime minister who's dating the
hockey
rower?
player.
No, hockey.
Field hockey
from Brazil.
Yes.
Both hot.
Now Munich, following in the footsteps, has also a lot of firsts happened with this. So he is the first ever Green Party elected mayor.
Okay.
Which we're going to talk. I didn't know what that exactly meant, so I did a little research. So we'll talk about that real quick. But he's also a physicist.
Oh, so he's smart.
He's very smart. He's one of the youngest ever elected.
He did look young.
35 years old.
Oh, wow, he's like our age.
He's our age. And gay.
Hot.
Like very gay. So Munich has elected Dominic Krauss of the Green Party, 35-year-old physicist, gay, by a 56.4% vote, defeating the incumbent. Yeah, I'm going to mess this up.
You can do it, honey.
Dieter Rieter. Like literally his name up top there. It's like spelled the same way, just one with a D and one with an R.
Dieter Rieter.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
I
So like I said earlier, this is the first time ever that a Green Party candidate has been elected.
Okay.
And now, so there's a Green Party gay politician who is in charge of Munich City Hall.
So what is the Green Party?
The Green Party is focused on environmental sustainability, urban mobility, and social justice.
It's like the Green Rainbow Party.
Pretty fucking much.
Do you know about the Green Rainbow Party?
Yeah, but this is like they've been around since the The Green Party's been around since the 90s, and when Munich and everything, when they went to like a two-party system, like a two-party system or something, like when they split and went like West, there was like a whole history behind it. Essentially, for 44 years, I think it's the SDP party, which is kind of more conservative, has been in charge.
Jesus.
I don't know.
When I hear conservative, I think Jesus. Yeah.
But Dominic has been a city council member since 2014.
Oh, damn. So he started young.
Yeah. Yeah, so 25.
That's what I mean.
No, 23.
No, he would have been 23.
Yeah, 23, he became a city council member.
Did you guys hear my math?
That was quick math, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. His focus has been on climate protection, sustainability with urban development, affordable housing, stuff like that, digitalization, social policy, and education. But not only that, like I said, he's gay. And they have been, so his partner, his fiance, because they got engaged last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to figure out, they've been running for this campaign and everything, so they haven't fully got married yet. Sebastian Mueller, they've been engaged they've been together since 2007, but they've been engaged for
high school sweethearts?
I would assume.
Younger than that.
2007, no, because he's our age, so, well, yeah, I was in high school, so yeah, 2007.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, they've been
together
since. They've been, like, high school sweethearts?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, and you waited that long to propose? Someone needs to get their shit together.
They're gay, not lesbians, honey.
True.
But yeah, I thought it was really cute. They had a wonderful, as soon as they were announced the win, and they're on stage giving their it's not acceptance speech, but like their winning like speech and everything. They had this really passionate kiss with Sebastian.
It's a hot
very
pick.
very hot. the gay
I'll
internet.
throw that picture up right now if you're watching. I'll put that pic up.
And gay internet, loving it. But I think my favorite to follow that, because they posted that as well to the Instagram, and I think it was with that picture, I think is what I saw, and it said, "Let's get it on." As it like what he's doing, but I was like, my head obviously went to the wrong place, but I was like, they can get it on. But yeah, I mean, Europe just out here electing all these queer people in like very powerful positions, and by pretty good margins too. I mean, 56.4% is.
That's not
in
like
Munich is a pretty large, I would say.
Munich's a big city.
Yeah. Especially if for 42, 44 years, the Conservative Party has overwhelmingly won. And now you have this. I mean, I just think it's like.
It's the MAGA Trump effect. It's not just in America.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely taken effect everywhere. We're seeing it in different elections, and we're seeing it.
Go vote, bitches.
Everywhere else. So I thought that was really fun, though. Another queer elected person in charge. This is the gay agenda.
I love it.
No, but I was really happy, and the gorgeous Dominic and Sebastian.
Hell yeah.
So
it's the MAGA effect. Everybody go fucking vote. Like, shout out to that fucking Florida election who
the three or five people that.
No, the one who we just fucking flipped fucking. We flipped the district, the Mar-a-Lago district from fucking red to blue. Talk about a slap in the face to fucking MAGA and Donald Trump. I love you bitches down there who did that. Good for you. And also, shout out to Senator Kelly, who's announcing Project 2029. That we can all get behind of.
Yeah. Well, did you see too, somebody, like, because Orange Schittler was, like, trying to promote or, like, back the Republican for that district and everything.
And they still lost.
And they lost. And then somebody, like, I mean, obviously we all think about it after the time comes and everything, but it was someone quickly pointed out, because he also, by the way, he voted for that.
He voted by mail.
By mail-in ballot.
After he's trying to get rid of fucking mail-in ballots. That bitch voted by mail.
Yeah, so he votes by mail, and now he's represented by a Democrat.
Yes.
A woman Democrat.
Yeah. That's another thing. She's a woman. Go, girl.
Yeah.
I love that. Also, for those of you who don't know, Project 2029 is like the Democrats are going to get back into office and literally, like, pretty much just prosecute all of the fucking Trump.
What was that tweet you showed me today? Or no, was it you that sent it in the group chat?
Oh my God, yes. Okay.
So it was like,
guys, I have a fun little riddle for the listeners. Okay, ready? So Pepsi posted today,
and I think don't put you can say the answer, but
I'll say the answer. But first, I just want I'll pause. Okay, so everybody think about this. Pepsi posted, name a better combo than Pepsi and pizza, and they said, we'll wait. So we're gonna wait for a second. Okay, so the number one response, which when I screenshotted this morning, which was probably
7 or 8 a.m.
No, yeah, so over 12 hours ago, it had 3.3 thousand likes, and this was on Threads. The number one response with at the time 3.3 thousand likes. I kind of want to go back and see where it's at now. Was okay. So again, name a better combo than pizza and Pepsi. The number one answer is Donald Trump and The Hague. I fucking love that.
Clever.
I was clever. I thought it was funny.
But yeah, some good. You know what? Good news all around. Good news coming out of Europe. Good news coming out of Florida, which is weird to say. I think that's like an oxymoron. But
who thought that would be a thing?
But yeah. Anyways, all right. On to your.
Okay. Major spoiler alert here. If you are a Bridgerton fan and you have not watched the latest season and/or finished part 2 of season 4, now is the time to skip ahead.
Skip it. Skip ahead. I don't know how many seconds, but just skip it till you don't hear Mark's voice anymore.
But spoiler alert here. Okay, so Bridgerton season 4 ended, and literally today Netflix put out a announcement that Bridgerton season 5 is in production. Now, for those who haven't watched season 4, major spoilers, like I said. So in season 4, Francesca Bridgerton, who's played by Hannah Dodd, was left in mourning after their husband died from a brain aneurysm.
Yes, that's in the book.
And also, like, if you do pay attention throughout the season, he does complain of headaches a couple times, which leads to, if you put like 7 and 8 together. And she started a strong friendship with his cousin, Michaela, who's played by Masali Baduza. Now, in the books written by Julia Quinn, which is what the show is based off of, Francesca moves on after her husband's passing with his cousin. However, In the books, Michaela is actually Michael.
Oh.
Is everybody catching what I'm putting down here?
Okay.
Now,
so in the
queer themes are not new, obviously, for Bridgerton. Like I said, if you watched season 4, you saw, and also season 3, when Benedict had his little exploration with his bisexuality.
And we talked about it.
Yeah, and he even admitted to Sophie, like, I had some moments with dudes, and she was like, cool.
Yeah, she's like, cool, man, love who you want to love. Just love me harder, daddy.
Right. So, like, a lot of fans, though, were upset that
they ended up together.
That he ended up marrying Sophie. Spoiler alert, Benedict married Sophie.
Well, at least engaged.
Well, yeah, ended with engagement. So
Sophie done.
Season 5 will be the first time that this period drama focuses specifically on a same-sex romance, Francesca and Michaela. And so when Netflix put out the teaser, it's the two of them, and you're like, oh, cute. And then they do a little pinky touch, like they're holding hands, and everyone's like, oh, no.
So I was shocked by that.
It had me I was woke. I was rolling around. I was, if you want to know what woke is, this is what woke is, bitches.
Woke is getting excited.
Woke is getting excited over some two lesbians in a TV show.
From a period of promenading.
So the 5th season of the show will pick up 2 years after the death of John. Middle Bridgerton Francesca decides to get back into the marriage market for practical reasons. So the showrunner, Jess Brownell, says, I'm very happy for people to discuss and debate the show and our approach to the adaptation of the books. They go on to state, I want to state really plainly, there is no place for homophobia or racism or any form of bigotry in the Bridgerton world. Bridgerton is about love and inclusivity. So, little synopsis, what we can all expect. Season 5 is revealed that Francesca struggles with deciding to re-enter the marriage market, like I said, for practical reasons, or follow her heart with Michaela. That being said, Brownell did go on to state that the women will have their happy ending moment, saying it is not going to be a season about queer trauma. If there's anything really specific about this season, it is the yearning. It's a big time yearning season. To
kinky.
me, that just sounds kinky as hell.
Well, especially since, Michaela just like up and left. And you can tell, like on the last episode when they were sitting there when she was talking about when Francesca was like, just don't leave because I don't want you to leave. And like the look that she gave was a look of like a lesbian who was going, I'm going to fuck you if I am not.
See, what gave it away to me, though, is if you go back, I forget which specific episode it is, there's a scene where Francesca and Michaela are like having tea and kind of like having like a little moment together in like one of the living rooms or whatever. Yeah. And John was about to go in, sees them having their moment, stops and turns around and walks away. And you kind of see the two of them like, and I remember kind of being like, oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And now I was seeing all this. I'm like, oh, did he maybe see what we are now, like that maybe they actually really do have an affinity for each other?
Well, exciting.
Real thing, though, last little tidbit here is the showrunner, Jess Barrell, states, those of us who know what it's like to be in a sapphic relationship or have a sapphic crush understand that that's so baked into the experience. We had a lot of fun in the writer's room for season 5 talking about what is really specific to women loving women relationships.
Ooh, I love that.
I'm so excited.
I mean, I love Bridgerton already.
Bridgerton already is absolutely incredible. One of my favorite shows of all time. And just the writing behind it all is very, very exciting to me.
It's very deliberate writing, too. And it's never done injustice to the message it's trying to convey.
Correct.
And I just, if you don't watch Bridgerton, you're missing out.
And sorry, I just spoiled like a lot of things for you.
Well, but your fault.
I just thought it was fun that like they are embracing a queer storyline beyond the Benedict storyline, and they've specifically have adapted it from the books to literally be a women on women romance.
I love it.
Michael
I can't wait for that.
Is Michaela?
That'd be fun.
So get excited for season 5 of Bridgerton.
We just have to wait to hear.
And that being said, production has officially started. So
it'll be good.
It'll be good. I'm excited.
Okay. I know we talk about a lot of trans stuff here, and everyone's a little queer, but big win in the trans community this week.
I love that. We started with a trans murder, and we're ending with a trans win.
Yep. Big. Yep. Ending with a trans win. And so across the nation, and also a loss for dipshit Donnie's administration, especially RFK Jr., who has lost a couple times this past week in courts. The HHS has lost, pretty much being told you can't do what you're doing. And there's a quote from a judge in here, which I thought was pretty good. So a couple days ago, Oregon judge struck down the unlawful Trump administration's transgender health care ban for young people. Quoting, RFK Jr. and the HHS has acted outside of their legal authority.
Tight.
So the HHS failed to follow mandatory administrative procedures when it issued and labeled treatments of puberty blockers as unsafe and ineffective. There is a requirement, which I don't think a lot of people know. So I put it in here. There is a requirement for governmental agencies that if they are going to change a policy or anything, they have to put it out for public comment. And
that's pretty normal amongst most government agencies. Is you have to have like, here it is, and then you have to have like a hearing where you open it up to public comment.
Well, you don't have to have a hearing. You can just post it. So they can post it to the Federal Registry, and then they have to leave it open for a certain amount of time. And it's federalregistry.gov. You can go there, and it has like notices, it has policies, it has everything. You can click in there, add comments. You can see other people's comments. A lot of times, like for like the FAA posts stuff when they want to change a rule or they want to change a policy on something that's going to affect aviation or anything like that. And you'll see thousands of comments. And
Our
a lot
Secretary Duffy just does it.
Well, you can't do that. So there is the judge was saying that there is a requirement of public notice and comment prior to making any policy shift. The federalregistry.gov is required to be used in accordance with the laws. So what this means is that I think there was 21 states headed by, who is the Attorney General in New York? Do you remember? I cannot remember her name.
I don't know.
But she's the one who I don't want to say in a negative way caused problems, but she's caused a lot of problems for the Trump administration. They try to sue her and all sorts of shit, but she keeps winning. This is African American woman, black woman. I can't remember her name. But anyway, she's the one who headed this lawsuit. And so the Oregon judge finally said no. And now all of these healthcare places across the country can again be administering trans healthcare, puberty blockers, hormone therapy, testosterone therapy, stuff like that. So right now, they are no longer barred by the HS of issuing this stuff. However, this does not stop the government from trying to change it. So it's still a long road ahead, still a fight, but it is a win because people can start back getting into the healthcare that they need. It does.
So it's like an injunction.
A little bit. It's pretty much, well, it's not so much an injunction. It's just like you can't do what you did. And now now it's going to force the government to go through the right way. This is, and allow for the care and treatment to continue. The judge stated in their decision, quote, just doing something and seeing if you can get away with it isn't anywhere near a proper way to govern.
That's literally how the Trump administration operates.
Right. But I thought it was kind of comical there with the quote. But yeah, so a good win for the trans community, and not just trans community. Healthcare in that kind of way is a lot more than just trans healthcare. I mean, it's hormone therapy, any sort of gender dysphoria or anything like that, or puberty blockers. Can
also deal with people like in menopause.
It could also be for, girls who are still young, who start puberty too early, boys who don't start puberty by the right time.
Correct.
There's all of these things that are out there, and they could be heterosexuals affected by that as well. It's
Correct.
not just queer people. And so big win across for people who need the healthcare that they need. And so we'll kind of see what happens there. But some good stuff, some good wins out there.
Neato potato.
Anyways, so
guess I'm gonna make that a thing.
Okay, you can try.
Neato potato.
Quit trying to make fetch work. But yeah, so I think that's it. We got a couple good episodes coming for Everyone's a Little Queer.
Yeah, I got some work to do, Hunty.
Some work. If you are expecting to hear a Currently Queer episode next Saturday, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, we're going to be spending some time with our children.
It's spring break, so we're going to be spending time with the kids, kind of taking a little break. We've been working hard as fuck on this podcast, and it's paying off. We're having a really good time. We're having a lot of people, a lot of good feedback, so it's going really well. We just need to take a week off, spend some time with the kids, have a good time. So, and then we'll jump right back into it here in about a week or so.
That being said, Everyone's a Little Queer will still be coming out every Wednesday, including April 1st, and every Wednesday after that, April 1st this upcoming Wednesday, like I said, will be Amy Spalding's episode.
Yes, author of In Her Spotlight. Beautiful book. If you want to read it before you hear the episode,
you got time.
You can read it before. I couldn't put it down. As a wonderful, wonderful, again, woman-loving woman story. It was beautiful, and it's a lot of fun. So, Amy Spalding is a beautiful human being of herself. So I think everyone would love that. If you want to read it beforehand or listen to it on audiobook, you can listen on the audiobook. And that way, as we talk about it on the episode, kind of follow around with it and see what she thinks.
You can get that book wherever books are sold.
Yes. So, well, I think that's it, honey.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.